Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. Today, we're here on the finance pages. My favourite player, the accountant. No, I just figured we'd kind of show you this one, because we haven't actually shown you this for a while. We are still just about in the black, £400,000, but by the end of the season, there is no way in hell that we're not going to be in the red, unfortunately. And since I don't see us actually getting promoted from the Championship this year, I think it's going to be a tough one for us financially over the course of the summer. And my main worry for that is that the board might well be tempted to accept some massive bids for some of our players, some of the key cogs that I believe can earn us promotion next season. It's a two-step plan this time. It's a consolidate this year, get the young players up to speed at this league, and then really go for it next year with some big signings to push towards the Premier League. That's the plan anyway. Neil Brock is a new gem based on the SI employee. I bet he supports Newcastle if you look in the game. Yeah, almost certainly. So some of you that don't know, some of the SI employees and some other people have got like hard-coded regions that will appear in the game with their names, and Neil Brock is one of those. So it's nice to have one of those finally in the team. Heard a rumour that due to a severe lisp, Samuel Shashua has never been able to pronounce his own name. Apparently, he introduces himself as Mike. That might have to be a new nickname for old Sammy Shash. New year, new coaching role at Wheelstone Football Club. Congratulations, mate, that's freaking awesome. Rumour floating around that Regan Booty desperately wants a cool nickname. What, the Booty Man isn't enough? Apparently, he's been trying to get his teammates to call him R&B on account of his initials. My source says that Regan even started a petition at the training ground to make this his official nickname. Since it hasn't caught on, no signatures thus far, unfortunately. See, this is the problem. He took the Jason Banton approach and trying to go around the training ground with petitions. We don't have time for that here. But I am really liking Regan Booty more and more. He's the only player I've ever had that seems to have a special move. Like, he's like a wrestler. He literally has a finisher, which he can pull out those top corner bangers. He literally only scores bangers these days. I don't even know what it is. This year, he just really seems to have stepped up his game with that. And maybe it's just the positioning he's getting into. I don't even know, but long may it continue. We need to get him some entrance music or something. So, we've had a fair chunk of games off camera. It's been a bit of a mixed bag, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So the first game off camera was at home against Brentford. I really want to continue the run that we had against Luton, great performance and stuff, and just put it over one of the teams down towards the bottom. And we got the perfect start. Adam Ivor gave us the lead on 2 minutes before Sammy Shashua made it 2-0 1 minute later with a wonderful volley from the edge of the area. Brilliant, brilliant goal. And we were 2-0 up and cruising. And then Brentford, they did play one of the most bizarre formations I think I've ever seen. More on that in a minute. Carlan Grant got them back into the game, although really, it was us that did it. John Gray played a terrible back pass, which Carlan Grant got onto, and then Christopher Horgan made it 2-2 before half-time. They only had 2 shots on target. They scored both of them. We should have done better in this match, undeniably. But I do just want to show you this Brentford formation. They played a 3-4-2-1. It's weird to have the wingbacks there and then have 2 defensive midfielders as well. It was very, very strange. We dominated them in terms of chances, but they did keep a decent amount of the ball. Very odd. However, right off the back of that, we got our best result of the season by a country mile. Look at some of the output from some players in this match. A 5-1 victory at home against Sheffield Wednesday. A Sheffield Wednesday team that had Angel Gomez on loan from Man United. I tried to sign him on loan in the summer, but he went to Wednesday instead. I bet you're regretting that now, aren't you, Angel? Just a truly phenomenal performance. John Okoro, yet again, was phenomenal. A man of the match performance here. 2 goals for him, an assist. But look at Nerfield. Look at Basic as well. Key passes, chances created. Booty was phenomenal as well. He got a free kick in this game. Ida scored a goal. Miller scored a goal. Booty got 1 and 2 goals for John Okoro later on, giving us a 5-1 victory. We also fell behind in this game. Comfortably the best performance in the save, frankly. And then we went away to Bournemouth, and suddenly you could start to feel the cogs turning and things starting to click for this one. Took the lead early on, an Adam Ida penalty. You can see what I mean about Ida. He is starting to score goals, albeit this one was a penalty. But even so, he is getting goals for us. I think that was his 7th goal of the season already. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. They equalised through Facundo Ferreira. Bit disappointing, really. But in the second half, we just came out firing on all cylinders. John Okoro again, and then a late one from Brandon Hanlon. His first goal of the season made it 3-1 away at struggling Bournemouth. 2 huge wins, one over Wednesday and the one over Bournemouth. No clean sheets in there, but just 2 terrific performances. And then, seemingly like magic, it all went away again. A really strong first half performance against QPR saw us create a decent number of, well, a few little opportunities. But in the second half, Dan Preddy and Luke Freeman's goal sunk us to a 2-0 defeat. QPR were pretty damn good on the night, to to be fair. It's the most we've been humbled this year, and finally got our second defeat without scoring. And that was then followed up by definitely our worst performance of the year by a country mile. Birmingham dominated us from start to finish in this one. Gary Moran gave them the lead on the 71st minute, and they just held on to the game after that. Enna Bakare came in and got absolutely ran ragged. Even the likes of Okoro and Miller couldn't pull this one out for us. So we go from 2 straight wins and 3 wins in 4 to back-to-back defeats without scoring a goal. We are all over the shop at the moment. But that still leaves us in 12th place. At one point, we were as high as 8th, and right there as far as the playoffs go. We're now 6 points off the playoffs, which, you know, it still isn't my target this year. My target is to be where we are, and I'm fine with that. But the most important thing is that we're 10 points clear of the drop zone. I think relegation is not even on the cards this year. We're looking very, very solid for a mid-table finish. I just want to build it, get a sort of 12th, 11th, or however high we can go, and then next year really have a push at a promotion tilt with the right signings. That's the plan anyway, based on what I'm seeing. Miller's still the top scorer in the league with 14. Nerfville now, sorry, with 14, I bloody wish, with 8. Nerfville now with 5 assists in the championship. He only got 8 last year in total. I think there's a real option for him. Okoro now has 3 Man of the Match awards, and he is just doing bits. Already, 13 league games, 7 goals and 4 assists for John Okoro. I can't, there aren't even words to describe just how much better this year he's been. He's already got more goals than last year, and he's nearly matched it for assists as well. He is going to have one hell of a season if he plays almost every game. I can easily see him getting into double figures for both, and if he does, then just a couple of tiny bits of admin. Some of you might remember Tommy Rooney, who briefly joined us on a free transfer from Warren Point Town, I think last season. Well, I sold him to Hearts. I didn't think he was actually ever going to fit in here. He might be 6'4", but he has such bad heading, and I just wasn't sure. Hearts came in with a bid of £200,000, and I thought, you know what, if we can make 200 grand on a player that's never played for us and probably never will, then this is why I signed these guys. We've also got a 50% of next sale fee clause, so if he does move on again, we could get a massive chunk of change as well from that, which could help us down the line. It would seem like a good piece of business. 200k for nothing. Other change I made was to bring in Ross White on loan from West Brom. The main reason is I was looking for, we had one more loan slot available. I thought we might as well fill it as the deadline was coming up. So I was looking around at who was available on loan, and I noticed there was a central defender from West Brom who looked pretty solid. He was fairly tall, had great heading, decent defensive stats, so I thought we'll bring him in on loan. He's probably never going to play, now that I look at things, frankly. But I just needed to fill that slot, and there was no one else really available, so we brought him in. Today, though, we host Swansea. They're 7th in the league, challenging towards the top end of the league in the playoffs. We've got a bit better at home, but we still lost, you know, we lost the leads at home. We've drawn a lot of games at home. I think we've won 3 games this season, or is it 2? No, it's 3. We've won 2 away and 2 at home, so it's okay. Swansea's form is inconsistent, to say the least, but we have lost our last 2, so we need to bounce back. Lots of high match load, unfortunately. Gribbin came back in briefly, and he'll probably drop out again. Ennis, I'm not starting Ennis, although we might have no choice. No, Ida's fit enough to start. I'm definitely starting Ida. Okoro, Miller, Shashua, Booty, Magoma. I'd rather have them this way around, frankly, if Davidson's going to drop out and have a rest. Nerfville, Poole, O'Kane, Bridges and Malden. I assume that is just down to pure lack of fitness levels from some of these guys. Yeah, the likes of Batic and Gray are just completely knackered. And that's fine. We've got to be able to rotate, and bringing in the likes of Poole and O'Kane, they're not bad backups to have. So this is the guy. This is Luka Ilic. I went after him when he was released by Manchester City after being on loan at Pexvoll over in the Netherlands. Unfortunately, he chose to sign for Swansea City instead. I mean, they're giving him £8.5 grand a week, so I can see why he wanted to join them. He wouldn't even enter contract talks. He was the guy I went after before I went after Shashua, basically, because I wanted a permanent signing. But there you go. So we'll go after him, no doubt. I noticed they've got bloody Corley Woodrow as well. Playing on the wing. It's a strange choice. I'm not sure if I even did the proper lineup, but there you go. Okoro, I thought we didn't have many regions in the team, but we do. We've got O'Kane, Bruno Bridges, and of course John Okoro. Right, nothing to lose, as with every game, basically. I think I like our sort of gung-ho attitude to these matches, and we don't have much to lose. I think we'll pick up some ridiculously big scalps this season, and also lose some weird games, because we are being so aggressive in matches. But you know, in the long run, I think that's going to serve us well for promotion, hopefully next season. If we can just sign a couple of better players and improve the ones we currently have. That's what I'm relying on. Bringing in a couple of additions, and then, of course, hopefully improving the ones we currently have. That's the great thing about signing youngsters. Shashua, flying forward here. He's all the way through, and he nearly puts it in after 30 seconds. What a finish that would have been. Earl. It's nice to see Bridges back in the team. Nerfville, what a clearance. Okoro could bring it away, though. He's got Ida with him. Okoro doesn't need him. Goes across the Miller at the back post. Miller! Oh, Liam Miller, 9th goal of the season. John Okoro with his 5th assist of the year already. His dribbling ability is unreal. Once he gets the ball here, Swansea can't keep up with him. He just keeps on going. But what about this for a pass? perfectly into the channel, and Liam Miller, first time finish across the goalkeeper. 4 minutes gone at Edgeley Park. Stockport 1, Swansea City 0. It would send us 9th if we get the win. Bit of a false dawn perhaps, but what a player Okoro is turning out to be. He's really showing that extra level of quality this year, despite playing in a higher quality league. Shashua running past people like they're not even there. Magoma, Shashua again. Miller, what's he got up his sleeve? Nerfville. Is there a booty special? Shashua maybe. Ida! It's only 6 minutes on the clock. This is just like the Brentford game. Adam Ida with his 8th goal of the year. We have a striker on our hands. That is the one thing I would say. Like, no other season have we actually had a striker that's scoring goals. He's making sensible runs, gets into a great position. We're 2-0 up over Swansea already, responding after those 2 straight defeats. 2-0 to us now, and Adam Ida now has 8 goals this season. Any other year, our striker would probably be on like 2, but he's got 8 now. Louis Molden. That's a dangerous pass, and Burke's got in there. That was not a good clearance from Molden. Can we get rid of it here? Get out to him. Burke. Woodrow. Oh, Bridges couldn't win the header. Here we go. Booty's free kick. Oh, saved. O'Kane. Should have been 3-0. It should have been 3-0. Booty's free kick is wonderfully saved by the goalkeeper, but O'Kane should have turned in the rebound. Illich, watch out. Kirikesh, oh, Jay Fulton is offside. Goal disallowed. Brilliantly won by Regan Poole. Defenders have done a decent job tonight. Shashua. I just want to get Okoro on the ball as much as physically possible, frankly. Shashua. Oh, Magoma. Ida! It's in again! It's 3-0. Stockport County 3, Swansea City 0. Adam Ida's 9th goal of the season. Okay, we have to start talking about him as being the striker that we've been looking for all this time. We finally seem to have a striker that's getting into positions to score goals. Magoma drops it short. This one deflects past the goalkeeper, but that's his 9th goal of the year already. He's about to be into double figures. That is fantastic. This is exactly what I was saying about how we're going to get some big scalps this year just by playing so aggressively. Magoma can't quite get there. Okoro might, though. Okoro puts it wide. It could have been 4. We firmly have these kind of performances in our locker. Just like against Sheffield Wednesday, we have the ability to do this. And today, we've been phenomenal. Adam Ida with 2 goals, 1 for Liam Miller. Now they're joint top scorer for us as well. Miller might actually have some competition this year. I said I wanted 20 goals out of our striker this year. I can see him getting it. Don't give them one back too early. That's a great ball across Woodrow. Holy Christ. Bruno Bridges and Louis Molden did a fantastic job of keeping that out. I honestly can't believe that didn't go in the back of the net. Molden again, just pulling the saves out of nowhere. Bowen. Shashua's ball in. O'Kane! Oh, wow. It's 4-0. Ethan O'Kane with the goal this time. That's a really nicely worked free kick, actually. I haven't scored one like that for a while. Samuel Shashua with the assist. This is wonderful. Is this a full volley? Oh! Ethan O'Kane, the goal-scoring centre-back. Who needs John Gray when you've got Ethan O'Kane? Okay, change is definitely needed at this point because we've got this game in the bag. We're going to get Ennis on for Miller because he's just looking a bit on the knackered side. Booty as well. Ooh. I might actually get Neil Brock in because I just like giving him game time because he does seem to have a bit of potential. Ball to the edge of the box for Jared Bowen. That's a good touch from Bowen. Oh, it's a great finish. That is a terrific finish from Jared Bowen. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a lot we could do about that defensively. It's a great set-piece finish. Like, it's a really, really good goal, and it had to be to beat the defenders there. They were charging out at him, but he's just bent that around him. I think that was a Okoro coming out. It's a fantastic... Molden nearly got to it. 4-1 to us now. Shame, but there you go. If we could just close him down a little bit more, that'd be ideal. Crawley Woodrow. Bowen again. Oh, God, Norton on the overlap. Good block. Oh, no! No! Molden makes a save. We got away with that one a bit there. Swansea coming back. I know that there's substitutions like that generally sort of kill the momentum of games. But oh my God, Jared. But why was this guy on the bench for Swansea? He's scored twice after coming onto the pitch. It's 4-2 here. We've kind of thrown it away a little bit, taken our foot off the gas. But I think that's what happens when you make those kind of substitutions. Generally, I just wanted to preserve it. I knew we weren't going to lose or draw the match. So just getting those substitutions on and resting some players I think was important. The win is what matters. Here we go. Stockport County 4, Swansea City 2. What a victory that is. That is some... Bowen got bloody man of the match after coming off the bench for Swansea in a game where they've lost 4-2. Seems a bit sus to me, but Adam Ida, fantastic performance from him. Ethan O'Kane with a wonderful volley and Liam Miller doing his business. Yeah, 4-0 would have been nicer than 4-2, but it's still a victory and we've scored 4 more goals. And we have to bear in mind, that was Swansea who were 7th in the league coming into that match and we've just put 4 past them. We move up into 9th place now. We're only 3 points off the playoffs. We're actually starting to find a bit of form again now, not drawing so many games, starting to get a few more wins under our belt. And most importantly, 12 points above the drop zone. And you're looking at this now, Liam Miller has 9 and Adam Ida has 8 league goals as well. This is, you know when a plan starts to come together, this is that plan now starting to come together. Adam Ida is just putting the balls in the net. You put him in a position, he scores the goals. Slow start, but now that he's firing, he is really firing. Beautiful stuff. So, I was going to do a double live com for the next episode, but I've just noticed that if I did that, we'd have to do back-to-back double live coms, which is fine, but it would slow the season down a lot because we've got the winter break soon. Not the winter break, the World Cup break. So I might as well go up to the World Cup break and do the Sunderland match as the next live com, even though they're struggling, and it could, in theory, be an absolute hammering. People like to see hammerings, right? I think that's what we're going to do for the next live com. That way I can do the winter break thing over the weekend and yeah, come back for the end of December for those games against Ipswich and Sheffield United as like a double live com with the off-camera winter break bit in there as well. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, it's been all over the place, frankly. Like, we've scored 5, 3 and 4 in 3 victories, but then not scored in the other 2 matches. We're very hit and miss at the moment, but at the moment we're hitting more than we're missing over the last few games, and that is pleasing. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the episode, drop a like. That'd be fan-bloody-tastic. And if you're new to the channel and are enjoying this new season, sure, then drop a like. Well, you did that as well, but subscribe, hit the bell or something. I don't bloody know. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode every day at 6 o'clock. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Ta-ra.